our solicitors came in and they says, "Oh, they want to put it from careless to dangerous."
Just like that. Just because
like
he felt
that,
like it on the day, the prosecutor, the police officers were like, "Oh, we want to do it dangerous driving now."
What's the most uncomfortable situation
It was
you've been in?
literally last week.
Oh.
It was for me anyway.
Oh, boxing.
No, that was awkward. No, that was 2 days ago. That was awkward.
What?
Court.
Oh, that is 100% the most embarrassing and awkward experience.
Yeah, that was.
Okay, that's it.
If I could say one, that was it, because we both felt it at the same time.
Is this about the court case then?
Yeah.
Right. So last time you came on, you alluded to it, but we didn't really know what was going on. A lot of our audience, when we announced you were coming on, they said, "Ask them about this." Can you talk about the court case now or not?
Yeah, we can talk about the stuff that's like even the court kind of shared to the local newspapers and stuff. So we can just talk about that, and the majority of it was like shared by them anyway.
Because if I remember, it was something about a driving video, wasn't it, or something like that?
Yeah.
So what? Tell us.
Do you want me to explain?
Yeah, go on. I'll chip in.
Romel's hating every second of it.
It's not the fact that I hate it. It's the fact that how they went about it was like really like, it was really dodgy, and it just wasn't. There was no morals behind it. The way like
they can tell they hated us as people.
They can say it wasn't a case of what we did. It was the case of who we were, and they went like it wasn't right. Like morally, like they have no shame.
Was it a case of you guys being respectful, knowing you fucked up, and them not like just?
Yeah. So I'll explain. So I'll go back to it. Yeah, the most embarrassing situation.
Yeah. Go on.
Because we had to sit in court, and essentially watch the video that we got sent to court for. And in this video, me and Romell, it was called Extreme Driving Test with TGF, where we deliberately drove bad with a driving instructor, who's an actual driving instructor, by the way, the one that we like passed our tests and that with.
Right. So he knew what you were going to be doing.
Yeah. He knew what we were going to be doing and that. We ended up driving really bad, and we flipped the car upside down on a public road. And then the police saw the video, and they were like, "Yeah, this is the perfect opportunity to get you for all them years of doing the shit that you've done." Because everything we've done in the past has been like on the line of being illegal.
Yeah. Frowned upon, but legal.
Yeah, exactly. And this was like their opportunity to like, okay, let's get them.
But it's just the way that they went about it just wasn't very nice. So like, it was Jay's birthday. And they raided his house on Jay's
seized equipment.
All of our equipment, so it was probably worth like 10, 12 grand worth of equipment. Seized all of it. We still haven't got it back.
Have you not?
No. They went to.
We're about to get it back.
Yeah,
I got a letter today about it, actually.
Oh, did you?
I got the letter. They labelled everything that they've got, and they said you can come and collect it.
Oh, decent.
So I'm so happy.
Yeah,
it's all outdated equipment because it's like two and a half years ago or whatever.
But like, it's still ours. But they did that. They went to it. They didn't go to my house. They went to my mum and dad's house, and they've did that a couple of times. Even though they have my address, they went to my mum and dad's house, and they were asking my mum questions, and she just refused to give them any information.
Right.
Which I respect.
Yeah.
I was like ratings, but like it was the fact that I felt like they deliberately went on your birthday, and
you reckon? Yeah,
100%. It was too bait. It was the middle of the week.
The way
it was fucked.
The way they actually like have been throughout the entire like court case just tells you that they did it on purpose on the birthday. But you wouldn't have thought it at the time. It would have just been like a normal day to them just doing it. But like now you look back, it's like it's clear they hated us. They prolonged the court case for so long. It should have been dealt with like quick, because it was careless driving. That can be dealt with over the post usually,
and it can be dealt with at magistrates.
Yeah,
that's originally we went to magistrates for this.
It seems like quite a simple case.
Exactly.
They've got the video footage, they've got proof.
It is, when you find out everything that happened, it should have been done that within 2 months, like easy. But the day we got to the magistrates court, we were sitting with our solicitor, and then he just comes in. No, we were sitting, just me and Jay were just sitting there. Our solicitor says, "Oh, come in this other room because you need to go in like this room if you've ever been arrested before." But yeah, you need to go into another room. Man, like you need to go in like another room
just because we feel like it.
But just for you guys to understand, careless is like literally like 3
slap on the wrist.
It's a slap on the wrist.
Is that like looking at a text message or something like that? Or
Yeah.
Potentially, like
Yeah.
like Jay said, it can be dealt in a post. Dangerous driving is literally like I've looked at the things that people have gotten away with.
Drunk driving is dangerous driving.
Drunk driving is dangerous driving. That's what they tried to pin us with, and like that they told us this 15 minutes before we were meant to go in there, and then when we went in there, they said, okay, court adjourned. You've got to go to, like, you can either plead guilty or not guilty. And obviously we pleaded not guilty. Because,
dangerous driving.
Yeah, because we didn't do that. And so we ended up going to 3 more court dates. All of them got delayed. They kept saying it was COVID.
It got delayed in total. I think I counted 8 times.
8 times.
And it only just got resolved last week. And it could, and what we got given as punishment was what you'd get for careless driving, which was we should have got on the day that we originally went.
Fucking
But
hell.
bear in mind, all this time, because it's been going on for like 2.5 years almost, we've had to pay court fees, we've had to pay solicitor fees, we've had to pay, and we offered like, there's so many things that's happened.
Yeah.
And we're like, it could have been sorted within that window.
And also, that's a lot of stress on you boys for that whole
man.
time wondering what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Do you think that's why they prolonged it and stuff? Or
It's hard to tell, like, to say like, oh, what their intentions were, but we ended up going to court, and then they said, okay, we're not doing dangerous driving anymore. They told us that, and we're like, okay, so it's gone back to careless, and then they hit us with something else to try and further fine us while we were on careless, and then 6 months later, we thought we were going to be getting like a ridiculous fine. I'm talking like 30-40k.
right?
Fine.
Yeah.
And then they ended up stopping that. And then in the newspaper, we got fined £1,000 each for 2.5 years. 2.5
Wow.
years, man.
You lost way more than that in the fees and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
100%.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like the thing is, like, my family were so worried. Jay's family was so worried.
I actually thought I was going to prison to
We
begin
thought
with
we
because
were going
they
Really, yeah.
escalated it so much. And obviously, when you're not like, I won't say normal person, the guy who wears no shoes when he meets people, and when you're just like a guy that has no idea about like law and legal shit, someone hits you with the dangerous driving thing, and you start googling dangerous driving punishments. Prison time, you can have 2 years community service, blah blah blah, and you start thinking to yourself, oh my god, is this bad? Is this like, you start questioning what you've done?
Yeah.
And these were all signs that were just pointing even further to me and Romell. Should we be doing these videos anymore?
And, it's
Right.
and that is a large reason why we haven't been on YouTube for the last like
There's
6 to 8
too
months.
much trouble for us now.
It's
Really?
a lot. Yeah, it's a lot, and like we miss it so much. And I'm doing my personal channel, but and Jay's boxing, but like we miss doing TGF so much. But it's like it's like, what can we actually do? Because if we go to tame, people are like, oh, I miss the old TGF. If we go to ridiculous, it's like, oh yeah, prison time.
Yeah.
And like I'm getting to a stage now where I'm like, what? I just want to enjoy myself.
What's
What can I
the
do?
happy
Is it something-
medium?
You know
Like
what I
you've
mean?
got.
Like,
Did you ever actually say what was embarrassing
Oh
in
yeah.
court?
Yeah, so it was the part where we had to sit and watch the video with a judge. He's like a 70-year-old guy. He has like no sense. Well, I guess he has to have no sense of humour to be in that job.
He can't be going. This is class. Subscribe.
But I saw him nearly crack a smile a couple of times,
But to
and he was watching it when we were the stuff we were saying. Like, I ripped the indicator off in the video, and I was like, "Fuck the indicator!" Ripped the indicator off and threw it out the window. And like, you can just see him watching it, and he's just like,
But
what
to be
am
fair
I
to him,
seeing?
he was like, oh, he says, I don't understand the humour these days, but he was like, oh, it must be a generational thing. And I'm like, you know, I get it. Like, you're not going to find that funny
Nah.
completely. But when I'm sitting there and I'm right next to, I'm trying not to look at Jay, man. Can't look at him, man.
I didn't. I couldn't hold it back.
Bro.
I actually burst out laughing, and I had to cover it with like a bit of like a cough.
He was doing this. He was going like it was bad.
You look like you were sucking. Then you know,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Nah, but like I had to think about some dark thoughts, man, to not crack a smile. Like,
Mate, that's
fuck, man.
what I would pay big money to be a fly on that wall.
But
Like,
you know
I
what
would
the
have loved
most
to have
awkward
seen
thing
that.
was? Like the stream wasn't good, so
Right.
it was probably like
10 frames a second.
Yeah, it was like 10 frames. Like we were talking, but it was like the
Oh, so-
pixels weren't matching.
Oh,
what
you're
we
on a
were saying.
Zoom with him, are you?
Nah, we're in there, but he's
I don't
playing
even
on
know
it.
how they were streaming it. It was fucking shit. Like we need.
Well, so you're sat next to him and they're streaming the video.
Yeah,
are they?
like to all
Yeah.
screens around the court so everyone can
there's like
watch it and
4 different
and
screens,
make their decisions.
But like the video isn't going in real time. It's just it's shit. So I couldn't. It was even funnier. Like it was fucked, man. It was so fucked.
He's made his decision now. Like, no matter how much we take the piss, he can't go back. So
Nah.
Yeah, but like in all honesty though, he was like fair. Like
Right.
he was he did stick up for us a bit as well.
Yeah, he
the
did.
judge did.
Did
he
he?
did. He was basically saying he doesn't understand why this is taking so long. He said it himself.
Oh, okay.
But he was pretty fair. It's just like the other Donnies that are just a bit of
the prosecutors.
yeah, they're just a bit boring, aren't they? So.
Was it like a proper court when you got the decision and that then? Like, did he read it out to you in a courtroom?
Yeah, but it was just way less formal. He just said to us like, "You've got 5 points each and a fine."
Yeah.
Oh.
And then it just went silent for a couple of seconds, and just heard like his paper turning. I thought I was gonna hear a hammer slamming or
Yeah,
something.
like you think there's always a hammer, but there isn't a hammer.
And then
But what's the point?
our solicitor, our lawyer, stood up, and we were just like, is this like? Do we have to stand up to show like the respect? So we stood up, and then everyone said thank you, and we just left, and it was just like, okay,
All right,
it's
cool.
done, it's done.
Just like that?
Yeah, just like that. 2.5 years, man.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Draining.